Hi traders, so today on the Footsie we said that the support came in at 71.81 to 71.90 and how we reacted to the zone at the open could set the tone for the morning session at least. If we got acceptance below there, it would target 71.42 to 71.52, and we had resistance up at 72.38 to 72.47. So with that, let's go and have a look at the action of today. So, as you can see, we had a bit of a big push up in the future session, and then we came back down to test it right this 71.81 to 71.90 zone right on the open, and we got a classic sort of force break scenario where just pipped below it and then got a strong bar close back above it. So although the price action was very, very choppy and didn't really offer too much of an opportunity, that signal there where we get a quick push down and a strong push back into the zone and above the zone was probably the indication that we could see higher pricing. But really the only thing that followed was another day of chop. We've had a, what's that? Less than 30-point range on the day again today. We wouldn't have been looking to sell in this zone. This was a zone that we would have been looking to manage from. We would have only been looking to sell from the higher zone at sort of 72.38 to 47. If you had managed to get long from around the bottom of this support zone, this area here would have been a good area to sort of scale out some of your profits, and then when it failed to break above it, you probably wouldn't have wanted to have taken all your profits there. Later on in the session, we have come back and we have retested this zone again, and we did hold it here. For me, to get long on that, I would have liked it to have taken out the zone again, but it didn't quite do that. So it wasn't really an opportunity for me to get long, but it did manage to hold the zone as support again for a second time this afternoon. And now we've just gradually worked our way back towards the day's highs. So that's the Footsie action. Let's go and have a look at the DAX. So for the DAX, we said that it was continuing to retrace, but we did have support at 415 to 430. Breaks below there would see moves lower, and sustained moves below there at the 15.290 to 15.310 would have the bears back in control. Acceptance above 15.600, and we could see moves up. So let's go and have a look at the DAX price action. So once again we had this 415 to 430 zone, and almost identical to the Footsie, but even a better signal than the Footsie, we got a clear false break of that. So we talk a lot about acceptance in our reports, and this is basically why on the open especially we can often see these little false breaks, and it can be quite good signals to get long or short if they're false breaks to the upside. And this was a clear one where it came down and rejected the break straight away, and then had a strong close back above the zone. We did pause briefly at this zone here, and then we did break up above it. We never, unfortunately, got a retrace back into this zone. A corrective retrace back into this zone here would have been a good chance for a long. But as it was, we then moved up into this zone here. So if you had again managed to get long on this setup down here, you would have wanted to have started scaling out around this in this zone, and then as soon as you got this impulsive move back up through that zone, you would have been wanting to target up towards here. There is a bit of a false break signal here to the downside, but I think with the action, the way that it had been for the morning, and our overall picture still favouring the bulls, this isn't necessarily a trade I would have taken myself. Although it was quite a nice setup in terms of the pattern in isolation. Again, it's a nice false break setup where you just take out the high and then put in a strong reversal candle back below the level. and then you see the follow through. So a really nice signal on the open to suggest higher pricing on the DAX. And after we broke through those those zones there, we then just consolidated for the rest of the day. So again, hopefully you can see the value in the reports in the morning, and how you could use them in your own trading. We send these reports out every single morning for free on our Twitter channel. The link to the Twitter channel, as always, can be found in the video in the box below. So please come follow us on Twitter, where we send this out every day. And I will speak to you again tomorrow.